Welcome back, Gem Hunters. In this video, we're going to be doing something completely new. I'm going to start a new segment called Today in Crypto and try to do daily updates on what's happening in the crypto universe. So with that being said, if you like the content in this video, please smash a like and consider subscribing because I'm going to be doing a $1,000 weekly giveaway, all the ad revenue that I generate on this channel every single week, giving it to one random subscriber. So it seems like CZ and Sam Bankman-Fried are going at it for Voyager's assets. So you can see over here, Binance and FTX have both bid roughly $50 million for Voyager's assets. And again, Binance and FTX, specifically, FTX has been such a huge player in the space, and a lot of people don't realize that they're just acquiring everything right now while it's all on sale. So neither offer has been accepted as of yet. However, let's see how this unfolds and let's see who ends up getting Voyager's assets, which is going to be pretty interesting to watch. Now, we also see Robinhood has decided to list USDC as one of the first stable coins on the trading platform. This is an incredible move for Robinhood. However, again, it's not like it's a revolutionary new thing yet we can have the argument that they're not an exchange because they're essentially supposed to be a stock trading platform with crypto integrated into it. However, it's major because, again, a lot of individuals, a lot of retailers have access to Robinhood and use Robinhood. So, again, people can start transacting in USDC. And, again, it just also really reaffirms, I don't want to say safety, if you will, but it just reaffirms how more trusted over USDT and any other stable coin out there. And again, we're going to get into algorithmic stable coins and what's happening over there. However, it just kind of reiterates the fact that Circle, which again is the creator of USDC, has definitely a little bit more foothold in the regulated space, which can be a good thing and a bad thing depending on how you look at it. So let's actually go right over here. And I don't know if anybody's aware, but there was a massive DeFi hack that happened yesterday, a $160 million hack by, from a particular market maker, Wintermute. And here's the thing, it's been reported that they have 200 million in outstanding DeFi debt. So what does it mean when there's outstanding DeFi debt? Well, essentially they collateralize their assets and they'll borrow from different lending protocols essentially. So let's just scroll down here and you can see the largest debt involves a 92 million Tether USDT loan by TrueFi, which is due to mature October 15th. And that is so close. I think we're just less than a month away. Now what's interesting is Wintermute's loan book also includes a $75 million debt comprised of USDC and wrapped Ether. So again, WETH, owed to Maple Finance and 22.4 million owed to Clearpool. Now, again, this is pretty big. However, let's take a look at what the CEO has been saying on Twitter. And I really just want to pull this one up because this is very cut and dry. It's very blatant on what he's saying. He says, listen, guys, we are solvent with twice over that amount in equity left. Essentially saying, listen, we have anywhere from $350 to $400 million to use liquid over here, or essentially in equity. That's very broad when he uses the term equity. Is it liquid? Maybe at this point. I'm not too sure, so I want to kind of backtrack on when I said liquid. Equity can be a loose term. However, let's see how this plays out. Now, the US is actually drafting a bill to, in so many words, ban algorithmic stablecoins for 2 years. It's not a permanent ban. However, it's a temporary ban, which makes things really interesting. You know why? Remember we used to play around in Wonderland, and Wonderland was Daniele Sesta's baby, if you will. However, Abracadabra Money was, MIM, Magic Internet Money. Magic Internet Money is a algorithmic stablecoin on Avalanche, if I recall. However, within the next 2 years, if this bill passes, that can't happen anymore. No more algorithmic stablecoins that are backed by a bucket of assets can be created essentially. So the legislation includes a grace period of 2 years for existing algorithmic stablecoin providers to change their models and collateralize their offerings differently. As a matter of fact, I'm interested to see what happened with Spell. So yeah, this isn't looking too hot right now with Spell. Let's see if MIM has actually depegged. Hopefully it hasn't. Not something you want to see. It hasn't necessarily depegged. It's just, I hope it holds peg, to say the least. So inside of this new legislation, the definition of an algorithmic stablecoin will reportedly cover stablecoins which depend on the value of another virtual asset from the same creator to maintain its price and is marked as having the ability to be converted, repurchased, or otherwise redeemed for a fixed price. Again, what I just showed you here, another great example was UST, which was Terra's algorithmic stablecoin here. So again, there's just so much. The draft bill also mandates the U.S. Treasury to undertake a study of algorithmic stablecoins, basically saying, hey, listen, Treasury Department, SEC, you guys have to study up on how algorithmic stablecoins are algorithmic, how they work essentially. And to conclude this story, it's possible that this legislation could be passed as early as next week, according to Bloomberg. So SEC over here claims, this is a crazy one, claims all of Ethereum falls under US jurisdiction. Now, this, again, when I read this, I just kind of chuckled in bed. I was like, okay, like, all right, buddy, let's, what do you got here? So let me give you the TLDR. Essentially, because there's so many validator nodes in the US that pretty much make up the entire Ethereum network, you could see the entire Ethereum network falls under the US government's purview, given that fact that I just mentioned. So in its complaint, the regulator noted that Ethereum sent to, again, backstory, this is a lawsuit that was filed against a certain influencer who launched his own token, which was considered an ICO. Again, you have to register with the SEC because technically it's considered a security, but I'm not going to get into that all right now. Let's just understand that this premise, everything that I'm telling you right now as to why the US thinks that they own every single thing and Ethereum in general, is because of what was mentioned in this lawsuit. So the ETH that was sent to Belina was validated by a network of nodes on the Ethereum blockchain, correct, which are clustered more densely in the United States than in any other country. So as a result, those transactions took place in the United States. So essentially saying, these nodes validated the transaction because a vast majority of these nodes are in the US, so we by default own it. Me personally, it's a really hard battle to go after. So really quickly here, just to interject into this story, why this is important is because Ethereum's latest merge, to the proof of stake model, two addresses control roughly 46.15% of all Ethereum's proof of stake nodes, which essentially validate transactions, yada, yada. Now, who owns these? Majority is owned by Lido. Lido is a kind of a liquid staking, it's a liquid staking protocol that, again, lets you stake your whatever token, in this case Ethereum, and it gives you a liquid token back. Again, we're not going to cover that. However, the other source is Coinbase. So it brings the question up, well, Coinbase is centralized. They are on the stock exchange. They're registered with the SEC. So technically, is Ethereum centralized now? Which, again, brings up an argument that I am not about to start fighting with anybody here. So Michael Saylor, hate him or love him, we'll get to that in a second. MicroStrategy buys $6 million more of Bitcoin, now holds 130,000 total Bitcoin. Now, like I just said, MicroStrategy owns up to 130,000 Bitcoins, up from 129,699 at the end of the second quarter. According to the filing, the company's latest Bitcoins were purchased at an average price of 19,851, but it's pretty interesting, which I'll get to in just a second. In the second quarter earnings, MS also disclosed a $917 million loss, and it was all attributed to, obviously, Bitcoin's massive downtrend here. And again, this was reported on their balance sheet while writing the assets down as intangible assets to their lowest value for the period. We can also see that company founder Michael Saylor has stepped down from his role as CEO for MS. However, there's a lot of speculation. Was it due to tax fraud? Again, this is all allegations until something is proven. And Michael Saylor has been teetering a lot with the recent Ethereum merge. He's, again, as we all know, a Bitcoin maxi, and that's fine whether you like Bitcoin more than Ethereum or Ethereum more than Bitcoin. What I think everybody has to realize is, great, you can be a maxi on either side. Just understand that we're all fighting the same fight here. This is all progressive, whether it's economical or whether it's due to privacy and giving people back the power. I think a lot of people are looking at, being a maxi, that Ethereum is better than Bitcoin, but the premise of this, if you look in the white paper from Satoshi himself, it was specifically to create a decentralized model, and people are just looking at this as, well, this person is, saying this about this, but I like this better. It doesn't matter. We're all fighting the same fight, right? Now, again, you might have your own point of views, regarding each of the models, but again, I'm not a maxi for either or. Do I like Ethereum more? Yes, but am I a maxi? No, I see both sides of the coin. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, because we're doing a $1,000 weekly giveaway currently, and I'm going to pick one random subscriber every single week from the ad revenue that I generate on this channel. And please smash the like and leave a comment down below with any other news that you think is significant that I missed. And again, Hidden Gem fam, I hope you enjoyed this segment of Today in Crypto. And if you do, let me know. Follow me on Twitter at DASILVA Shadow. Let me know what you thought of this episode as well, and if I should keep doing it. See you guys.